My name is Rashmi as well. So, first of all, thanks to the DMCon team for organizing this event and inviting us. Organizing this event right after Onam, so happy Onam to, belated happy Onam to everyone. Ellarkum Onam Ashansagal. So, I'm a Malayali too. I'm a native of Cochin and have been brought up in India, in north of India. So, Hindi bhi malum hai. And then, Malayalam, feel free to come to our booth. We have our platinum sponsor booth outside. So, and thanks to Thoughtbox team as well. So, they are our ISP partner here based in Cochin and supporting us on ground throughout. So, just wanted to, give a brief introduction about Yoga Byte. But we have our expert here as well. Later on, you guys can join his session. Where is it? Oh, which one? Presentation more, right? Maybe on to. This one is. Yeah, so just giving a brief overview of about Yoga Byte, but as I told before that, Hari, our expert is there, who has his breakout session. So later on, anything deep technical you want to know more about it, feel free to reach out to him or attend his breakout session as well. So about Yoga Byte in short, Yoga Byte is a Sanskrit word derived from. Yoga Byte is derived from a Sanskrit word called Yuga, Yuga Byte means data lives forever. So the reason why it is derived from the Sanskrit is because our founders are natively from south of India, and they did their computer science from IIT Madras, and after that, they decided to to start this. They worked in Facebook for many years, and then they were actually one of the co-creators of Cassandra as well, which is Facebook's first DBaaS service, which could operate at 30 petabyte scale and at extremely low latency for all its messenger services and all. So our founders are having a extensive experience in SQL and NoSQL world. So in terms of open source community, right? Like we are 100% open source, and our open source, the source code can be downloaded from GitHub, and it's licensed under Apache 2.0. When I talk about what Yugabyte primarily addresses is like the scale, zero downtime and cost. So when a startup grows, right, primarily they are like facing challenges with scale, and that is the time they will look for a distributed SQL database, and they are running their mission critical applications, right? So they always look for a database which can offer them zero downtime. And also cost is also primary factor. So if you compare us with Oracle or MySQL or RDS, Aurora and all, we are much cheaper in terms of cost. So feel free to reach out to our booth for any demo request and all. So in terms of the headquarters, we are headquartered in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, and pretty much spread across three continents: US, EMEA, and Asia. And we are strong. We're funded by strong investors like Lightspeed Ventures, Dell Technology, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is our customer as well, and they have invested in us. So we are backed by 410 employees worldwide, and pretty much across three different continents. And we have a huge open source community, like 2.5 million clusters deployed and present in 80 plus countries. So this is just touching how distributed SQL databases evolved from all the legacy databases. So where they were actually facing architectural resiliency and horizontal scalability, there was a challenge, and that is how NoSQL database evolved, and further distributed SQL database evolved to combat all the challenges that that was faced by the relational database management system and NoSQL databases. So in terms of architecture, so we offer two APIs. So we are the only database who actually offer two API as part of single deployment. So one is the MySQL API, which is Postgres compatible, The query layer is Postgres, and the other one is Cassandra YSQL API, which is Cassandra compatible. So in terms of the storage layer is the one which is like distributed, where you can get automatic sharding, load balancing, distributed transactions, and draft consensus. And also like it is like we are cloud agnostic, so you can actually deploy it on any cloud or on your data center or on your premises. So in terms of use cases, so there are like three typical use cases that you could look for when Yugabyte can be applicable. So one is the brownfield application. So where you are already running your legacy applications and you are facing scale, zero downtime and all. And the second one is the born in cloud applications. So like, where you are like building your new applications and you are looking for a scalable databases or a resilient database. And third is like when you're handling like large amount of IoT data, sensor data and all, so you can actually look for Yugabyte. So these are some of our referenceable customers in the region. So if you look at it like NPCI, so thanks to Titu as well for coming and presenting your how you are leveraging UPI agreements and all. And so we have NPCI, we have like OCBC in Singapore, then Rakuten in Japan for all the network management system. Unimoney through Thoughtbox is also like one of our recent customers. They are actually into the cross-border payment and remittance applications. Then Wells Fargo is there also, like there will be an app is being used by Yugabyte. Then like we have a couple of customers, like many customers are there, you can actually find more of them in our website. So this is just a use case that I just wanted to share, how like Paramount, which is a streaming company similar to Netflix in US. So they were actually, their user base actually expanded from 16 million users to like 24 million in 2024, where they actually had a very huge amount of loss when millions of users were not able to visit, use their website and create account and just go through the content and all. So they lost millions of users when their user base expanded, and they were running on MySQL. So that's the time they decided actually to evaluate several databases, and they chose Yugabyte for its scale, geo-distribution, and resiliency. Then this is MindGate. So MindGate is actually one of the ISV that we are working closely in India, based out of Mumbai. So they recently got awarded by the Government of India and also in association with NPCI. So I mean, they are one of the ISVs who are actually providing solutions to the banks like HDFC, Yes Bank, Bank of Baroda, SBI. So these are all our customers as well. And the latest one is the Thoughtbox. So Thoughtbox, yeah. So we are actually working closely with them in Cochin, and as well as they are pretty much present in Middle East, US, and Canada. So our association with Thoughtbox started with their payment solutions. The cross-border payment solution in remittance. And with that, would like to invite Razaz, who is the founder of Thoughtbox and also one of the tech enthusiastic. So yeah, he'll be the best person to share his journey with Thoughtbox as well as the building solutions for the cross-border payments and remittance. So thanks everyone for listening to me. Thank you.